It is not being sarcastic when I say that some of the RV manufacturers and some of the RV dealerships across the United States and Canada are going to love this video and love me. Welcome to HBRV Lifestyle. They call me the Honey Badger because I give it to you straight and transparent about the RV business. And today I'm giving you my top 5 best single axle travel trailers for year model 2025. Now, as Stephen A. Smith would say on ESPN, the list is fluid. The list is fluid. That Stephen A. list always gets me. Basically meaning if they start really screwing up, they're coming off the list. Now, if this is the first time you have seen one of my videos, I've worked for RV dealerships for more than 10 years. I've done just about every job at an RV dealership, from cleaning them to fixing them. Really, the only job I haven't done at an RV dealership is be the owner of the dealership. I know there's some confusion there. I've owned RVs. I've just never owned a RV dealership before. Now, let me start with number 5, okay? And this will shock a lot of you. Number 5 is Airstream, okay? Now, most of you are going to go, what? You're not going to put them at the top of the list? No. And the reason why is the price, okay? So when I do a top 5 best, it's different than when I do top 5 worst. When I do top 5 best, I take price into consideration. And I believe that Airstream is a very high quality product. And argumentatively, it could be the absolute best built product on the industry right now. Or I should say, best built product in the industry right now. But for me, the reason why they're lower on the list than what most people would expect is because the price point of a single axle Bambi or single axle Airstream of any kind, you could pretty much buy a nice 40-foot decent motorhome with. So the price really gets to me on that. But they are really good quality. Great coach. Now, what's going to surprise you is what I consider number 4, because number 4 is on the opposite end of the spectrum as far as price. It's one of the cheapest units out there, and that's Coachman, Clipper, and Viking. Sorry, I got a little itchy nose here. Coachman, Clipper, and Viking travel trailers has the combination of a few things. Number 1, they don't use a Lippert chassis. They use a Huck fastened chassis. It's from NXG. I know the sales manager. He's not from the industry, and he's young enough and innovative enough that he keeps wanting to make improvements. So I have a little biased in that respect, but it's one of those travel trailers that you can buy for like $14,995 up to $18,995, and then you can get into their 4K series, which is going to be in the low to mid $20,000 range. So they have a great foundation. Now, the reason why they're not higher on the list is because, well, the lipstick on the pig ain't very good, okay? There's a lot better looking travel trailers. They're obviously more money, but, and that's kind of what stops them. Now, what gets them over the top over, let's say, Salem or Catalina or anything like that is roof-mounted AC standard, okay? The chassis we're talking about, and just, it's rare to find a brand that has 5 floor plans that are under 3,000 pounds. Very rare. It's very rare to find 10 floor plans under 4,000 pounds. So that's what they bring to the table. They focus in on the single axle market, the SUV, the small lightweight truck, etc. And of course now I'm rambling, right? Number 3 on the list, which has the least amount of options in a single axle travel trailer, but man, is it built like a brick house, and that's Opus. Now, I put Opus on here because I don't have a tent trailer section of this because there's not that many tent trailers built, but they do make a tent trailer and they make a hard trailer. Off-road capable, independent suspension, articulating hitch, originally manufactured in Australia. What an amazing product. I mean, I've sold them. I've worked on them, I've repaired them, and you can't go wrong with their customer service. Now, do any of these three I've talked about so far, are they perfect? Absolutely not. Do they always do the right thing 100% of the time? Absolutely not. Are there complaints by customers by all three so far? Absolutely. Okay. So none of them are perfect. Okay. Number 2 on the list. I'm sorry, I gotta laugh for a second. Give me one moment here. Number 2 on the list is Lance travel trailers. Lance, again, is argumentatively the best built product on the industry right now, okay? Now, ever since they got bought by Rev Group, the quality has gone down. So that's why I can't put them at number 1, okay? But it's still a great product. I feel like it's just a step down from Airstream, but yet a lot more affordable than an Airstream. Built in California, it just, to me, now that Rev Group has figured out that they can't just cheapen the product and raise the price, because that's pretty much what they did for a couple of years after they bought Lance, now that they've gone back to the roots of the company, and it's very, if you go through a 2025, you're going to see the differences from 2022, 2023. It doesn't feel cheapened up. It doesn't feel like they just slapped a Lance sticker and said you're going to pay for the product's name. It feels like they've gone back to the roots of the original company, and that's very exciting, okay? And number 1, and this will shock the entire world, number 1 is Rockwood Flagstaff GeoPro ePro. That is the best single axle travel trailer built on the market. It gives you great value at a great price and a great constructed product. Now, I got to admit, the interior design is not what people are looking for, but it's a very rugged, tough travel trailer. It's everything you want and everything we've mentioned prior, except for interior design, but very high quality. I've been very big on Rockwood and Flagstaff for years, and those GeoPros and ePros are just amazing. Now, the only really downside I have with Rockwood, Flagstaff, GeoPro, ePro, because they're the same product, is they still haven't dropped the price enough for me to go, yay! But between Airstream, Opus, and Lance, they are actually lower priced and very high quality. So that's my list, and in the top right hand corner over here, you're going to see the top 5 worst single axle travel trailers for year model 2025 according to moi. Until next time, remember, RV stands for toolkit and sense of humor.